Chapter 61. Melek, the Peacock Angel. Tell me what you want, and I'll tell you who you are. Chekhov. I was reviewing what was happening on Earth, and I wanted to know about Melek, the Peacock Angel. I found some information in the video library of the scanning place, but I was also curious about Yazidism. Why did ISIS barbarically massacre these people? I walked through some of the corridors of the scanning place until I reached Lyalab's office. "You're finally here," Lyalab's secretary told me when I arrived. "Were you waiting for me?" I asked, surprised. "Lyalab told me that you would be here in a few minutes, but that was more than 30 minutes ago," Lyalab's secretary answered. "I didn't know he was expecting me," I answered, confused. "Myra, get in here," Lyalab yelled from his office. I therefore walked into Lyalab's office. "What do you want to know about Melek, Lyalab asked. "How do you know?" I asked, surprised, while sitting in front of Lyalab. "I know everything you think, and I am surprised that you would have been thinking and researching so much about Melek, Lyalab answered. "Who is or was Melek, I asked. "Melek is or was one of the 52 original angelic beings," Lyalab answered. "Why did you say is or was? Is he dead or alive?" I asked. "During the Rebellion of the Darkness, also known as the Rebellion of Lucifer, Melek was one of the leaders of the darkness. He was very close to Satan, but he was not as powerful as he was," Lyalab said. "But what happened?" I asked, intrigued. "About 50,000 years ago, during the time of Atlantis, Melek went to Earth as himself," Lyalab told me. "I don't understand, Lyalab. What do you mean, as himself?" I asked, confused. "Let me tell you something. Melek was with us during the rebellion. But after experiencing the traumas that the rebellion created, he repented and tried to join the light once again. But the light did not want him back. As a result, he couldn't join the darkness nor the light, and decided to go to Earth alone. While on Earth, Melek told others that he was an emanation of God, who has redeemed himself and has become a demiurge who created the world. Taos established himself in a populated area of what is today Iraq. The people following him adopted the name Yazidis. When the cataclysm between Atlantis and Lemuria took place, the majority of the Yazidis survived, thanks to the protection provided them by Melek. The Yazidis had survived until today because Melek is with them," Lyalab said. "But is he with the light or the darkness?" I asked. "He is both. The Yazidis like to say he is like fire, meaning that flames can cook but also burn," Lyalab answered. "I was watching in the video library about the Yazidis' massacres. Why is ISIS killing them?" I asked. "Let me explain it to you. The Yazidis believe that God created the world and assigned its care to 7 holy beings, known as the Angels of the 7 Mysteries. The leader of these 7 holy beings was Melek, or the Peacock Angel. Melek was also known as Shaitan, which had led Muslims and other communities to consider Yazidis as devil worshippers," Lyalab said. "Are they devil worshippers?" I asked. "Yazidis claim that they are the oldest religion in the world, and their faith truly combines elements of other religions. They practice baptism, as do the Christians, believe in reincarnation, as do the Hindus, and they pray to face the sun like the Zoroastrians. Their most important religious book is the Black Book." "Was Melek the devil?" I asked. "He was one of the leaders of the rebellion, but he later repented. In the beginning, the light and the darkness ostracized him. He was indeed part of the darkness, and subsequently was part of what the religions of the light called as the devil. However, you know as well as I know that light and darkness are part of the same energy." Therefore, Melek Taus is neither light nor darkness, but the major difference is that either side does not accept him. Finally, to answer your question about his being the devil and the Yazidis being devil worshippers, the only answer I can give you is the Yazidis' answer. That is, that none other than Melek Taus is the chief of angels, an emanation of God and a benevolent angel who redeemed himself from the fall and created the cosmos, Lileb said. Can you tell me more about Melek Taus? I asked. In art and sculpture, Melek Taus is depicted as a peacock. The Yazidis don't see Melek Taus as evil, but as a benevolent angel in charge of the world. The Yazidis believe in paradise, but not in hell, because Melek Taus has redeemed them. As you can see, their concept of redemption is somewhat similar to the redemption that the Christians believe concerning Jesus Christ, Lileb said. According to the Yazidis, what happens to the souls that don't go to paradise? I asked. Yazidis believe that the souls that do not go to paradise are lost or extinguished, Lileb answered. What do the Yazidis believe about their origins? I asked. They believe that they are the only descendants of Adam. Subsequently, they believe that the rest of humanity are descendants of Eve, and because of that, the rest of the world is inferior to them, Lileb answered. Can one convert to Yazidism? I asked. No, it's impossible, based on their beliefs, to convert to Yazidism, as one must be born as one. They are the chosen ones, selected by Melek Taus, Lileb said. What's their major fear? I asked. Their strongest fear is punishment by expulsion, because if this occurs, their souls will be lost forever, Lileb answered. Are they monogamous or polygamous? I asked. The common people are monogamous, but the chiefs are polygamous, as they have the right to take several wives, Lileb answered. Let's continue with the subject. Are humans in general monogamous or polygamous? I asked. Both monogamy and polygamy may be natural to humans. Some people mate for life, while others prefer to have multiple partners. In the darkness, when we analyze human evolution for the past 50,000 years, the societies have been mainly polygamous, meaning one husband and multiple wives. Remember that in many societies, even today, a male's status is mostly correlated with the number of wives, Lileb answered. Are we wired to be polygamous, but taught to be monogamous? I asked. When we started the Earth experiment, we did not think about that. As you know, primitive societies and many cultures are openly polygamous. Monogamy is something relatively new in the context of this experiment, Lileb answered. When did monogamy begin? I asked. Christian societies adopted monogamy, but powerful males therein took mistresses as a common norm. The practice of polygamy has been almost universal outside the Christian world. The ratio between men and women is about 50-50. So if one man has 2 or more women, that means someone will go without a woman, Lileb answered. Polygamy is beneficial for the men, but not for the women and children, I said. Myra, you know that you have been a male in a few of your incarnations, and you have had multiple wives in some of them. As I told you, we did not think about this topic at the time of the creation because we did not understand sex at the time. We have been evolving through this whole experiment, and we want to see the end of it. Today, in Western societies, women do not find polygamy beneficial because they think it is demeaning. However, in other cultures, it is something natural. You know perfectly well that in the darkness we believe in freedom to choose. You decide, and at the end, we will have an answer to all these questions. But for now, let's continue with the Yazidis, Lileb answered. Why is ISIS killing the Yazidis? I asked. In African Islamic traditions, Melek Taus is known as Zireli, the angel of death. According to the Yazidi secret black book, in the beginning, God created the white pearl out of his most precious essence, and he created a bird named Dufar. God placed the pearl upon its back, and dwelt thereon 40,000 years. On the first day of the creation he created an angel called Azazel, which is Melek Taos, the Peacock angel, the chief of all angels. He is the first to be, the archangel of all the angels. After this the Invisible One retreated into itself and acted no more. But Melek Taos was left to act. After 100 years, Melek Taos asked God, "How shall Adam increase and multiply, and where is his offspring?" God said to him, "Into your hand I surrender authority and administration," Laelib said. "Still, I don't understand why ISIS is trying to exterminate all of them," I asked. "The reason why is that ISIS believes that the Yazidis are devil worshippers connected to Melek Taos' other name, Shaitan, the same name used in the Quran for Satan. The Muslims have never regarded the Yazidis as people of the book, and the original imagery of Melek Taos likewise indicates a demonic aspect for them. They are devil worshippers, according to them, and ISIS will try to exterminate them all," Laelib explained. "I know you are a god, Laelib, but would the world be a better place without the gods?" I asked. "I thought you were never going to ask that question." "Well," I asked, "religions are human-made. The only religion created by a god is Yazidism, because Melek Taos, a god himself, created it. Religions are like dictatorships, a few people at the top controlling the rest of the followers. Does religion provide truth? Of course not. We have had this discussion before. All religions are exclusive, and all religion stories with the supernatural phenomena are no more than morality tales," Laelib said. "You said that Melek Taos was a god," I noted. "We have already spoken about this. All 52 angelic beings merged with the 22 original divinities, and for this reason all 52 angelic beings have become gods, and Melek Taos was and still is one of them," Laelib replied. "How about Christ? He was one of the 22 original divinities and incarnated as himself?" I questioned. "You are right. Christ incarnated as himself, but he did not create his religion as Melek Taos did. Christ's followers created Christianity, as Paul did not even know Christ, and he was the one who gave form to Christianism," Laelib replied. "Going back to the morality argument for religions, do you think they are invalid?" I asked. "If you look at history, religion has done little to provide any progress in the realm of morality. Moreover, what is morality?" Laelib asked. "Well, it's the distinction between right and wrong, or between good and bad," I answered. "We always go back to the same question. What is good and what is bad, and what is right or what is wrong? There is always this never-ending debate that takes us nowhere," Laelib answered. "Using the justification of God and religion to harm others is commonplace," I said. "Yes, to be unkind, unjust, and oppressive in the name of God is widely accepted. Without religion, the world would be a much less ignorant place, and people would learn to accept each other. The world would then be a much safer place to live. No bigotry or hatred or war concerning religion would take place. But remember, the light, rather than the darkness, created many religions," Laelib stated. "Going back to the Yazidis, the Islamic State is killing them in the name of God. Do the gods suffer at all? Why should innocent Yazidis suffer for crimes they didn't commit? Why should Yazidi children and women suffer pain that they cannot understand or comprehend?" I asked. "You are asking me a few questions at the same time. Do the gods suffer at all? No, they don't. But people who are part of the gods suffer because other people make them suffer. Why do innocent Yazidis suffer for crimes they did not commit? They suffer because other people want them to do so. Remember that this game is about if people are more prone to the light or the darkness, and it is clear that people are more prone to the latter. Why should innocent Yazidis suffer for crimes they did not commit? I would change your question to a more open question, like, why do innocent people suffer for crimes that they did not commit? Because there is no such thing as a moral God. There are pain and suffering in the world, but the gods did not cause it. Humans have created it, either in the name of the light or in the name of the darkness. Faithful people believe that God can bring a greater good out of a tragedy. But who can believe that? Is Iraq better today than before the war? Who created ISIS, the light or the darkness? Are Yazidis better today or before? What will be their future? Do you think anybody cares? If people on earth do not care about the oppressed, why should the gods care? Lileb answered. What is the value of gods and religion? I asked. There are people in societies who have a strong need for order, and this is why they use ritualized religions. The value of God is that people on earth don't know what God is. We, the gods, don't know what we are. If we don't know what we are, how are people on earth going to know or understand who we are? In principle, we, the gods, are nothing, because we transcend everything. Human beings cannot describe in words the essence of God, and as a result, all descriptions about the gods are ultimately false. Divine gods eludes definition because divine is abstract to the individual, beyond existing and beyond non-existing, and beyond conceptualization, because human beings don't understand the gods. Furthermore, people don't realize that we are in the middle of a war between the gods, and they are nothing more than collateral damage. Lileb concluded.